Over the last few weeks, I have purposely been throwing games with my main character, Toon Link, to get to as low of a GSP as I can. That way, I can guide you through the road to Elite Smash. Welcome back, guys, to Road to Elite Smash. Today, I'm going to start out with another training tip here. This is just something that you can do in training mode to help increase your skill. So if you set the computer to run, the computer will run away from you and try to do different options to evade you. So one thing that you can do with this is just try to hold center. I like to call it shadowing your opponent and just practice doing this. Keeping good spacing and trying to make your opponent not run into center. And if they do, you're there. So this is just good to practice for maintaining good stage control. If you get pretty comfortable with this, you can try going ahead and punishing the rolls and the spot dodges that they do and the air dodges. That'll just get you used to punishing that if you see that in-game. So right there is rolling a lot. You can go ahead and just try attacking that or catching them with a grab. It's really good to practice dash dancing around because then you can react pretty quickly with a grab. And that's just something that you can do 5 minutes a day. And it's not a lot, but it is something that you have available to you without having to modify the game at all or anything like that. So if you're looking for something else to do in training mode, try it out. I'll go ahead and start the game here, and I'll see you there. So here we are. Last time we left off, we weren't quite at 2.1 million GSP, so I did do a couple rounds off camera just to bring us up there so the series would progress a little bit faster, since there's not much difference in play style throughout all of 2 million GSP. So hopefully we'll start seeing a little bit more improvement per match here and a little bit different things that we can talk about in each game. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right in. So a lot of players are going to try running into center because that's where it's safest. So today's focus is going to be watching how your opponent likes to get to center and stopping that. FD is going to be a lot easier to show that because there's less ways. So right now I see this Mewtwo likes to jump to center and throw out aerials. Primarily Nair. They see that I like to jump back into center from the corner. I see that they like to charge Shadow Ball in the corner as well. So I'm just kind of gathering information on their play style right now. He's going to come in with jab. I can go ahead and punish that. I'm going to throw out a boomerang. Boomerang. He's going to start using his reflector, I bet. That has a lot of range on it. So right now, pretty even. He has some damage on me. He's catching my jumps out of corner, so I'm going to have to change that up. I'm going to just start doing some F-tilts. And grab me. I'm going to just take my time getting back to stage here. Don't have to rush it. Okay, he jumps off the ledge. So that's again another thing that they're doing to get back to center. You have that Nair there, followed by an attack. Dash attack that doesn't work. And right now he is in what we call kill mode. So he just sees that I'm at high percent and he just wants to throw out kill moves to kill me and finish off the stock. So that's usually where you can get a lot more punishes. Another fast option out of shield that Toon Link has that I didn't use much in the last couple episodes is up smash. Up smash is definitely another good option to practice out of shield. So with that, the green tech there, you can go ahead, if you press the shield button, you can actually tech that. And what that does is it stops your momentum and allows you to recover to the stage a lot easier. If it's a red flash, you won't be able to do it, but as long as you have that green flash, you can go ahead and get that done. He's gonna kill me with this throw here. And that's okay. We're still ahead by a little bit of percent. We already know a little bit of how he's going to attack, so we can just play it patient here. Try to not land on him, and stop him from coming back in center. There. Okay, he's doing side B because I've been doing a lot of projectiles, so we can really start getting some damage in there by baiting out projectiles first. Because he's just going to try side B'ing a lot to catch the projectile. Side B. Oh, he fared. I misspaced that Zair a little bit. So if you hit a Zair at this percent here, especially with this much rage, it's going to put people down onto the ground. All you have to do is hit them with jab 1, and that will set up what's called jab lock. If you hit a jab lock, you can then have time to forward smash, and as you saw there, it was really useful for finishing off that Mewtwo stock. We're now a little bit ahead. Jab locks are a little bit more advanced, but you can definitely practice that one in training mode. I would say it's one of his easiest ones to hit. Now we're back here. It's the last stock. We're getting close here, so I'm going to just throw out some back airs. Keep some safe moves going. Try not to let him hit me. I kind of know how he's going to come in for each way out of the corner now. He's going to come in dash attack. Saw my shield was low there, and I did not want a shield break, so I figured I'd take the dash attack instead. Just getting some projectile hits in. Taking trades is fine right now, so I'm just trying to attack him as he comes in. And this is something that Toon Link is really privileged. If you have somebody camping the corner like this, you can literally just sit here with your shield. As long as you react a little bit better than I did there. When somebody actually comes in, you can force them to just stop doing that altogether. Threw out a laggy move on shield. Had time to up B out of there, and up B kills at that percent. So we go ahead and take that victory. That was a little bit of a closer game, but nothing to worry about there. We move up to 2.1 million GSP still, so not too much improvement from each games yet. So let's go ahead, hop in the next one here, and see who we get. And the reason I'm not trying to rematch opponents is simply just to get more matchup experience across different matchups. So I can go ahead and explain what the character is generally looking for, what you won't have against it, and stuff like that. The more different matchups I do in this series, the more chance that I'll cover a matchup you may be struggling with, and you might find out something that you didn't know about the matchup before. Right here we have a Mii Brawler. I know that Mii Brawler's Nair is really safe on shield, and you have to always play Mii Brawler very carefully because you don't know what specials they have until they do them. So I see that they have Flame Kick and he has down B. So I already know a little bit of information, which is really good. He's just kind of throwing out moves in the air, so I'm just going to kind of try catching his landings with a projectile or... catch his landings with a projectile or up B out of shield. Looks like that's safe on shield, so I'm going to make note of that. Up B does not punish that move out of shield. So now that I've gotten hit by that, if that hits my shield again, I'm going to make sure that I don't press up B. He's mixing up his playstyle a little bit now, kind of adapting to what we're doing. I saw that coming, and that's an unfortunate SD. It's a little bit laggy, so it's harder to do that as well. Now I see that it's recovery, so I think I have all of his moves down. Yep, that's the last one. Okay, that's the Falcon Punch type one. Doesn't have much end lag, apparently. Oh, sounds like cats are fighting in the background. Hopefully that doesn't get picked up. Oops. I accidentally threw a bomb at the stage and killed myself there. It's no worries though. We're just gonna go ahead and get back into this. Again, he's back to throwing out a bunch of aerials. I see that in the lag here that he's air dodged in, so I know that I have time to just go ahead and up tilt after this here. And that just got me a bit of damage here. Doesn't seem like he responds to up air combos at all, so I'm just gonna keep doing that until he adapts. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the last episode. I was just able to keep him up in the air and juggle him until he was able to get killed, and I got a whole stock off that just because he wasn't able to adapt to it. So I'm just gonna do that again. And see, I just got 50% there, and as long as they're not adapting to it, I'm not going to change my playstyle up much. Sometimes it's less about finding what's good against the character per se, finding what's good against your opponent. Like, this combo is definitely good against everybody, but is not generally this good against most people. I was just able to get pretty much a free game just off finding that he can't deal with up tilt at all. Doesn't know how to DI, and if you don't know what DI is, if you're getting caught and juggling like that, hold away from your opponent with your joystick. That will go ahead and shift your momentum as you're getting hit more away, and it makes you harder to juggle. So it doesn't look like we got any GSP, which generally means that the opponent quit out before the game ended. Not sure why Nintendo doesn't give you GSP with that, because I know that any time that my game is disconnected, whether it be internet or otherwise, that I've definitely lost GSP when I've come back to it. So no worries if that happens. It's just disappointing to see. So we'll go ahead, and I think we have time for one more game here and see what we get for the final match of this game. I'll probably go ahead and get up to 2.3 million GSP off camera by the next episode here, just to give us a little bit more of a boost with our content and get a little bit further up in the ranks here. We got a Lucario. So Lucario, this is just a 3-minute battle. So always check down below when you're starting up matches. It's easy to not look at that, but if you get caught off guard by what kind of match it is, then that is going to make it a lot harder for you. So right now I know that this is a 3-minute battle, so it doesn't really matter how much damage you take, it's about how many kills you get. A lot of times these just end up in sudden death, which is kind of unfortunate. So I'm gonna go ahead and just try to play really safe here and just set up a lot of traps with projectiles. So I'm gonna mix up my projectiles. One thing that I like to do is throw my boomerang across straight at the ground, and then when they start jumping, throw my boomerang at a diagonal. The other thing that you want to do is always try to place your opponent in between you and where your boomerang is going to return, because that gets you free hits like that. And that has, for anybody who cares about frame data, that has 31 frames of hit stun that you can respawn and combo with. So yeah, I died there. Forgot that's an option with Lucario. So one thing I haven't done really much is throw out kill moves. Because this Lucario is at a higher percent, I'm just going to throw out some safe moves here, and then throw out some fairs and try catching one of these jumps. Up smash is also a good one because you can get an up air off that. And then so I'm just going to start dash dancing around like I was practicing earlier in training mode. Practice shadowing and spacing away from him. And I think we just got a free SD off that. So just that alone really shifted the tide of battle, because now he's going to have to work twice as hard to get up. I know that he's going to be playing a lot more aggressive. it looks like he will mix up grabs into it, so he's definitely adapting, and that's one thing that you have to look at with your play against players. He's trying to figure out what I'm doing and actually respond to that. So I see right now he shifts to the counter strategy, so I'm kind of throwing projectiles near him but not at him, and then trying to grab him. Yeah, that move is always scary. So again, Toon Link is really privileged because you can block projectiles with your shield, which means if you just stand still, if you don't have a bomb in hand, you can get away with just not worrying about projectiles. So yeah. Right there, I basically just tried to play it safe, get hits where I can, try throwing out a stronger move while he was at higher percents. We got the SD, and I just played it really safe after that. It made it really hard for him to hit me, and we walked away with the victory. So there we got a bit of GSP, so it should be pretty easy to get up to 2.3 million by the next episode. Thank you so much again for watching. If you like the content, make sure to leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you want to see or anything that you might want me to discuss. Remember to subscribe to that like bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.